Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another video slash episode on this podcast slash YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. In case you're wondering, was some of you guys asking what I'm wearing today? What am I wearing today? If so, you should check out the last video I posted a couple days ago that has a wish list and advent calendars and all that on the thumbnail because it's a really cool Christmas video that you guys should watch to get in the season. Today, I am not here with a Christmas theme. I told y'all I'm coming with the Polar Express look in another Christmas video this December. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. But today we have a podcast episode because if you guys aren't following me, you should. You see me almost every day on my Instagram, and I did a poll. I asked what you guys wanted next. And to my surprise, you guys wanted a podcast episode, which podcast episodes are cool. If you guys know anything about me, I mean, maybe it just depends on my mood, right? Sometimes, like in this video, I kind of just go straight off the brain, like current thoughts, maybe someone else could relate. I like to make podcast episodes about, you know, feelings that I've processed thoroughly and I know where I'm trying to go, or feelings that were from before, which I mean, I guess this can kind of count, but I have been feeling the winter blues a little bit, and I know not everyone was. And because of that, I was like, I think this December, especially because I want to put out more videos than I did last month, because Vlogmas, y'all ain't getting a video from me every single day. I got a life, but I just wanted to be more than usual, like twice a week again, as I aspire, but sometimes it's just once a week. Um, but I don't know, y'all. Like, I literally just made a video last year. Life in your 20s, am I right? Like, November was so cool, calm, nice birthday month. Chill, right? Like, I felt very regulated. And I've gone on before about how I just turned 23, and 22 has been my best adult year so far. It's finally been better than before. But as always, when you go through things in your 20s and it's real and emotions fluctuate, basically. Okay, in September, October, if you guys are new to this channel, I have a hard time during the holiday season, and I have for the past, I think, 3 years, especially. But I mean, I guess even before was, I experienced abuse because, y'all, I remember the first time I ever got my heart broken was the holiday season too. Yup, that nigga dumped me in December. It's not funny. Damn, y'all, that was 5 years ago. Wait, no, 4. Yeah, I got dumped when I was 19. I'm 23 now. But anyway, the holidays are not as jolly and perfect and exciting as they used to be when I was a kid, and I feel like other people can relate. So I'm like, let me just get into it. So as I said before, in my adult years, the holiday season has not been what it used to be. Okay, from a huge part of it, which is why I struggle. My body, my mental starts to like waver end of September, October, and this month it definitely did. I've seen a pattern. I've been to therapy. I know why. Because the first time I ever experienced SA, full assault, was during the holiday season when I was in an abusive relationship some years ago. I've been in therapy. I've done a lot of things, but baby, my body remembers. Like, even when my mind doesn't remember, right? I also, over the past couple of years, another thing I unpacked in that whole year of therapy at 21 years old is what was I, 21? Yeah. A lot of family stuff coming to light, and like, oh, so people like my abuser are in my family, y'all still keep them around? Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that too. I've made a couple podcast episodes on that. Not as much as my own. Well, it is still my stuff, but very sensitive topic. So yeah, struggling with my own personal anxieties and timestamps and my body remembering and all these things. make it hard sometimes to enjoy what used to be, well, I think still is like my favorite time of the year. And then also what happens during holiday season? We hang out with family, we all get together, we blah 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 blah. And this year I haven't even talked about this with anyone. Like I said, while I'm struggling with my own reminders of my trauma. And also, this year looks different than last year, right? Last year, I got in my first relationship since abuse. And so I had someone and I was making new memories. And my baby, trust me, it was definitely still there. But I had a partner who could also relate to some of these things. And, it's like different when you have a little bit of a distraction or something new. And here now, it's just back to just me, right? I mean, not just me. I have people, but I'm also someone who struggles to reach out. Like, I like to have my mental breakdowns in peace. So here it's just me again, and it's been a while. Um, but something that frustrated me a lot when I first accepted my trauma and went to therapy and realized I need some help is I think I get very frustrated with progress, being like, why does this affect me so much? Like, okay, I've been in there, I went to this many sessions. Like, why am I still crying? Why am I still blah, blah, blah? And like, this is kind of something I've had to stray away from. I feel like right now, too, is at this point, I experienced that abuse 3 years ago. So it was three holiday seasons ago. And again, I think like, well, last holiday season was better. This past life of my year was better, a lot less anxious and stuff. And it's like one thing I really thought about that I think is like a little bit ignorant, but maybe it also is kind of just the save the I don't know, what do you call it? Like the trope of women just needing someone to save them or whatever. Like I thought, having a new relationship or new memories, because it was really hard when I was single for almost 2 years after experiencing abuse, to be like, that's the most recent person, that's the longest person I've been with. That's, well, I think that's like all I have recently, all these types of relationship memories. And then it's like now I have new ones that are, it wasn't all bad, but if y'all know, you'll know, was that, right? Um, it's like I thought after experiencing something, it's like I don't know how to explain it, y'all. Being in a new relationship, being with someone who wasn't like that but was terrible in different ways. It did help. It did help, especially last year when I was dealing with this and having someone who could relate to me in ways. I think I thought, and maybe it'd be different. I don't know if I was getting to know someone new again right now or something. Like I thought it would like lift a lot of my trauma and like, okay, I'm past this. I've had new memories. I've had positive experiences and stuff. But that's not how it works. Like the farther I get away time wise, I'm realizing that I hate to say it, like especially to other people, but it is the truth that like again the body remembers it's always gonna be there. Like some years it might be a little more extreme, some years it might be mild, and you'll be able to catch it and stuff like that. And I think each holiday season was better. Like the first year after it was terrible because I wasn't even able to identify what was really wrong before I went to therapy. The next year was last year. Still was there, but I was kind of distracted, and then now I'm here. It's definitely been better, but it's just frustrating to realize that like this is a part of my life now. This is a part of my life. Like I have to be aware of it. And honestly, a lot of anxiety that's been coming up with December because yeah, in November. Okay, for context in my abusive relationship, um I remember the first time I experienced this abuse was visiting my then partner, abusive boyfriend. He was someone who lived near me, but he went to school somewhere else that year, so I would visit him. So when they come back for December break is when we're like really together. So I remember I experienced it on a visit, and then he's back home for what, like almost 2 months, and I'm experiencing that again, which is like in December. So it's like November, maybe that's why I don't know, but I literally remember this October I experienced this whole thing where I on I think it was October 30th. I literally felt so weird that whole day. I was like, why is everybody feeling weird? I feel like, yeah, I was just weird. Like, I was just irritable. I was suspicious of everybody. I felt my anxiety symptoms like fast heart rate and like over worrying about stuff. And then I just sat in my bed, like when it was finally workday was over and I was able to sit in my bed, and I just bawled my eyes out, and I had a gigantic panic attack, which I don't get those often anymore. Thank you, therapy. Um, and I realized how I'm like, I always get anxiety regarding October because that's the first time I remember going through sexual abuse. And I was like, it happened this day. Like, I had never been like, oh yeah, on this day, October, blah, 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 2022, that's the first time. Some people are like that with their trauma where they remember. Maybe I just have that symptom of pushing it out. And I was like, oh, it was literally today. Like my body, like 3 years later, my body literally remembered it was the exact same. It was this day, girl. That's why you're freaking out and tweaking out and feel. And I was like, that's the first time I've experienced something like that regarding my trauma. It's always like the times make me very anxious, but that's crazy that my body remembered a day before my brain could. And I was like, and honestly, I don't know if that's where my body is going right now because I've had like an anxious week. And I thought about how I'm like, honestly, that was a lot. I feel like I learned in therapy trying to run from the panic attack or suppress what's trying to come up makes things absolutely worse, which is something I should stop trying to do. But I'm like thinking about this December and how I do remember experiencing it during this time too. I'm like, maybe another one of those days is gonna come up, and I low key don't want it to. I low key don't want it. I don't know why. Like, I guess if that was October 30th and I had a good November, maybe I felt better after. But it was just a lot. And I think remembering and more, like just remembering more about your trauma is hard, but obviously it's probably for some type of reason. I don't know, y'all. I'm just talking. And I don't know. I've never had an experience like that. It's like every year is something new, but it's also something better, which is what I want any of my other abuse survivors to remember. And it's just, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I wonder if that's why I'm feeling this way. I want to know if anyone else has ever had where they're freaking out because their body remembers something specific. And I don't know, y'all. As a bad who is doing her, like, if you guys follow me, you know how I said I was in a relationship last year. Okay, helped in some ways, still was not up to my standards, left out, right? And then that was February. So almost this whole year I've been by myself. And I feel like I've really been in my adult year, like where I'm like, I need a new job. Like I've been in a similar career field for a while. Like in my in-person job. Cause y'all know entrepreneurship. I will have books one day. I will have a business. I will have a podcast where I have people and we're in a cute little. I will have all that one day. But, you know, creative shit. I really want a job in media. I've been going after that this year. Apply, apply, apply. I've been trying new stuff with my social media. I started a new Instagram, started a new account was great, right? And I really like been focused on that this year since like leaving my last relationship where I'm just like, yeah, I'm like craving like leveling up in my career financially and stuff like that. And y'all, if y'all know, y'all know. I had a couple story times. I had a couple moments where I downloaded a dating app and I did go on one first date this year. But it was honestly just like natural. Like the before I was in a relationship since abuse, it's like that's what I really wanted. Because again, I mean, we all want love, we all want partnership. We're humans, we're made to connect and be with each other. So, but especially after experience such a dark relationship and such dark treatment that I've ever felt in my life as a 20-year-old girl, like I did was like, I want something new. Like it's so hard to live with these memories. Like I want something fresh. So then I had a new relationship and I realized it's not that great out here. Like I feel like it was like kind of another step of power where it was like, ew, yeah, I can be by myself and just work on that. If that's what they want me to take instead of just being by myself, oh no. So yeah, I also feel like it's been the least relationship or love focused year of my life. But I'm never one of those girls who's like, if a fine guy slides in or if someone has a cute friend or something right now, no, because I'm focused on my career. I've never been that. Like I feel like you got to be open to all of it. I'm open to leveling up financially, mentally, career wise. Like I'm always open, even if I'm not necessarily searching. Right. And this year has been great. Like I said, I felt so mentally regulated. But it is like I said, or maybe like I didn't say. Maybe I'm referring to conversations with other people. But when holiday season hits, I feel like the cuffing season, right? Like October through February. It is very normal sometimes to see people connecting and especially in a romantic sense to be kind of like, well, that looks kind of nice. Like I said, especially after a year of doing the damn thing and really adulting and not really focusing on that. And then all like I said at the same time having the trauma come back and like it's different than last year. It would be nice to have someone hold me through this. And then, like I said, the stuff these past couple years I've also been through with my family that makes me feel very estranged from like a certain side and certain people. It also just makes me think of like how I feel lonely and how it's like, this is why, like I said, I think I've talked to you guys before. I don't believe in religion. I'm like a spiritual skeptic. I don't belong to an organized religion. I like different aspects. Like I said, y'all see this Scorpio tattoo, right? Um, but sometimes I remember I used to be like a law of attraction girl or try to get into like the spiritual sense, like, you know, it's not even a religion, it's just like spiritual sentiments where it's like, well, you do this, you do that, and the stuff will come. Or if you do this, it's just because you're not doing this right. And that's why it's not here for you yet. And I feel like in this past year of my life, too, I've completely unsubscribed from that. Because I feel like sometimes those sentiments, even though they're not meant to be, are harmful. Like, oh, well, you just didn't do this, you just didn't do that. I guess you just don't deserve this yet. Like, you. Like, no, I've worked hard this year. And even when I wasn't working hard and I was in the deepest, darkest part of my life in therapy, still getting help, but still like down bad. Both of those girls deserve change and to level up and all that. It's not, you need to do this, this, this. Like, I even feel like I probably used to be that friend sometimes. Like, well, you're not getting this because you're not doing this. Who am I? I'm not, I don't know. Like, you truly don't know. Like, y'all, you see these terrible people who are together. You see these people who, from your perspective, you're like, but they're not even out of the, and how do they always have it? And that's something I feel like I struggle with when it comes to like loneliness and falling back into my trauma. Doing all the right things, focusing on all the right things, but like I still don't have this, and that. But how do those people who don't be doing no shade, shade, who don't be doing anything with their life, don't be trying to work on their inner stuff, their mental, why they always got a man or always got a relationship or have these things. And I feel like it's an unhealthy mindset to have, but sometimes it's very real. Sometimes it's very real. Like, don't get too deep into it because you don't know what people are really going through or what that happy relationship really looks like. But it is frustrating. I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like I'm bouncing around a little bit too. And also, like, on the topic of how, like I said, I've been doing the thing and hyper focused on certain things lately, which is like leveling up my individually, like as an adult. When like I said, I've been through things with my family in these past couple of years, and I feel estranged, and I haven't even talked to anyone about this. I was like, Christmas on one side, I don't even feel like going. It's just like, I just can't. Yo, I need to call my therapist again. I just can't get behind the like, yeah, we're such a happy family. Why is, why are they here? Why are they here? Y'all all know what they did and they're still here? Like, I don't feel looked out for, especially like it was so hard going through like these family awakenings along with my own trauma. Cause I feel like as someone with trauma and just like a sensitive soul, I feel like a lot of people just don't make you feel looked out for when it's like you see what people excuse for whatever reason. Because they were like this a long time ago, or they're still our family or whatever. And as a girl who doesn't give up who it is, you. I literally remember I went down this trope with my therapist where she was like, you have a really beautiful trait of standing 10 toes down on your morals, no matter who it is. Like, you're saying the stuff with your family that you don't care. And like, you cut them off and you block them and you don't care what relationship you had. And she was like, not a lot of people have that, which is why you see this dynamic in your family and you see their. And I was like, well, yeah. Isn't everybody else like that? They're not. And so I feel like something that kind of ties like going through my own trauma and then the family trauma and then the anxiety around gatherings and holidays and stuff too makes me think like, again, yes, I'm focused on certain things, but I also do want love and a family and healthy and, one day. And I'm like, I'm not even close to having that. And I feel estranged from some parts of my family. And I'm like, how am I not even close to having that? Like, I can't wait to have that. Like, yes, like my family, my children won't be seeing you guys. Right? Like, there's people in mind where I'm like, yes, like it'll be so fun to have my own family one day with a husband that I trust and kids that I will protect and stand 10 toes down with, and they won't be seeing some of y'all. But then I'll have my family, like my parents, my siblings that I know are gonna be there and just like, you know, I don't know. Like, I feel like some people can't relate because other 23-year-olds, some of y'all don't even want kids or yet, or aren't even, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Where do I go with this? This is what happens when I don't have notes. But all in all, I hope that some of this is making sense, you guys. Comment if I made sense, if I hit a point, or if you relate. Anyways, winter blues are here. Seasonal depression is here. No matter what people try to say or think that you should feel. I think I make a video like this almost every holiday season because it's important. Whether you have one of these things that I'm having, triggers, trauma flashbacks, when it comes to getting with family and you have anxiety surrounding that, you got beef with some people, or, whether it's a fresh heartbreak or it's troubles financially or whatever, like, it's here. It's here, and this is why like my next videos are gonna make you laugh because we deserve to laugh and be jolly. But I also think it's very important to share that it's real, to show you guys like it's not just you. And even if you are having a good holiday season, I'm sure you felt like this before. Like I said, y'all, the 20s, the hormones up and down. Yeah, if any of those things you relate to or not, if it's something else, hugs. You can feel like things just suck, like you're lonely and you're not feeling it, you don't want to do it, you want to call out one day. You can feel that. You can feel that, okay? Because it's extremely real. And yeah, I just feel like that's important to know. I didn't expect to share as much as I did today, but we ball. Like, obviously I needed to get that off my chest. Thank you guys so much for listening to me yap again. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the first video I did of December with a Christmas theme. Y'all, I'm going to get up on this camera and look like the Polar Express girl. Give me a Christmas idea. I don't know what to do, y'all. Like, I would say Christmas story time, but I can't think of any right now. Unless I just do a regular story time in that Christmas look. Y'all give me something. I asked on Instagram too, and y'all don't want to give me nothing. Speak up. Speak up. As always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.